Underdog Daily with the Bad Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out, Black Neil Dog app, platform of the people, Underdog Fantasy. And we got our second to last opportunity for the Dog Bowl here, guys. We got to get in there. We got to get this thing filled out. We gave away our seat yesterday, or not seat, our plus one there yesterday. We gave that one away. Shout out to Ryan. We got that all figured out here. And yeah, man, we're only going to have 4 more participants here, which means you had a couple plus ones, only 8 more people to hang out and party with here, Nez. But get in here, guys. Get in here. We're going to be Lakers game, yacht party, beachfront hotel. Life is going to be bliss.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to everybody. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to be a part of the tourney. So you got to, not necessarily a tough task, but you got to beat me to get to LA. If you want to get in there. I'm grinding. I'm grinding today. We're putting in volume.
There you go. Yeah, Chad Candles can't believe you're gonna have a seat in
more and more people hours. Are saying it.
I love it. I love it. Yes, almost directly accurate last night as well. There, we'll look through last night's slate and talk about that. But the kid's on a heater. Let's keep that thing rolling here. And yeah, the stun is saying need some Underdog swag. Well, there will be Underdog swag abundant at this event. I can promise you that. Everybody going to be getting a little something.
No shortage of swag.
No shortage whatsoever. Desi Takes, how was last night for you? I know you had one up near the top there for a bit, and it still finished like top 10 or something, right?
In the main, I think it was like. I mean, I made money in the main. I finished second in the layup line though, so shout out to the tried and true layup line. That was really where I made most of my money. But yeah, I did have a little bit of a sweat going on. I drafted so ethically. I had Neat Clifford and Javon Small. No swap on that lineup. Just scrolling down, baby. Just a little bit of a scroll down. Click. It deserves such a better fate.
People thought we were crazy on stream. We drafted 2 teams. One of them had Neek on it. The other one had OMP plus Small on it. Like, the people thought we were crazy. But this is what happens with fragility of projection when minutes are unknown this time of year, and especially on these short game slates. You can find guys who are, if you tell yourself like the story of, hey, this isn't going to be garbage time. It's going to be just, bench units running against bench units in a tank off. This is where we're going to find the minutes. And you did it perfectly, right? Like, you get 4 strong assets from early on there, the high projecting, guys that are certified going to have their minutes and their studs. And then bang, 2 more of those scroll guys in there and you're cooking, man. Yeah. It's just ball knowing. There you go. Covers is all over it with you. It's just ball knowing.
Well, let's see if we can know a little bit of ball tonight, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Loaded 11-game slate here. Nobody on the back end back-to-back. We got some front-end back-to-backs, though. 7-game slate tomorrow. Lay of the land for the rest of the week here, guys. Obviously, we got Dog Bowl today. Tomorrow, we're going to cover that 7-game NBA slate. And then if Nez wants to stay on, he's more than welcome to. But I will do my dinger as promised. So pending on time tomorrow, maybe we both do a dinger. Maybe it's just me doing a dinger. But that'll be forward-facing for everybody. And then on Thursday, we're going to have Off It On the Clock. So Off It On the Clock with Pete to do the final Dog Bowl slate. So 2 opportunities at Dog Bowl this week, Tuesday today and Thursday there. And then we'll figure out what's going down on Friday there. We'll hands up on that one right now.
Yeah, TBD.
Nez, I think I'm just firing off this tweet because the thing doesn't do it for us anymore for whatever reason, but I figured out how to do it because I tech lorded my way into figuring things out there. But all right, here we go. Yeah, dude, let's talk about last night. Obviously, we talked about your team and your sweat there, but we will bring up the winners there because we had some friends of the community give us some nice shout outs on the X machine there, but we will go into the results of last night. Your boy did not fare all that well. What is that? Definitely a nice big negative ROI on it. But shout out to T Gross. Tyler, we talked about it yesterday when we were doing the giveaway. Some longtime members who are not always participating in the chat, but have been supporters of the channel for a long time. T Gross was one of them. Tyler was one of them there. And on the bump 12 was as well. I think they both had over 14 or 15 months of contributed subs out here. So mad love to them finding their way to the top. We also had some more friends and family get the Buster Boys up here. You get Bound, you get G for Gumby, you get Car Park up here twice. There's that lineup that you were talking about, Nez.
There it is.
So beautiful with the double scroll. Also, shout out to you for the Jabari Smith Jr., who was absolutely cooking. He had damn near 40 fantasy points in the first half there. The long live the Jabari versus Tari debates there. They're in the ground now.
Yeah, it was always Jabari Smith career night. I mean, that was always the thesis. Best game of his life.
Yeah.
Last night. That's what we were saying the whole time, actually.
Literally the best game of his life. Some interesting stuff, dude, with the lineups last night, just in terms of some of the vet guys actually mattering there. Sacramento, ran a little bit deeper with their vets. A lot of people swapped into Russell Westbrook. I did not. I swapped into Javon Small. That was my kind of like contrarian pivot. I think it was Small, OMP, and then Walter Clayton Jr. were my 3 swap into spots. But yeah, man, it was interesting because, Russ played some decent minutes. DeMar played decent minutes yet again. But yeah, just thoughts on the slate last night and some of the basketball you watched.
Yeah, it was kind of not as bad as advertised. I will say.
Sure, yeah.
Like I was expecting much lower point total for the winning lineup. I didn't watch a ton of the hoops yesterday. But just based on, the results and everything, yeah, I mean, Tari Easton's still lining up in the winning lineup. Kind of funny.
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have too many like strong takeaways here other than, Memphis, trying to get them right will be a pretty key point, I think, on every slate that they're on. And we did a pretty good job of it last night. I mean, Gigi Jackson didn't get home, but, as far as like working through that guard rotation, we spent a ton of time talking about the guards of the Grizzlies yesterday, but it it was for good reason, right? I mean, it was kind of important, but obviously not in the winning lineup. But regardless, I thought we did that justice. So shout out to Tyler, man, longtime sub, like you said.
Yep. Shout out to Tyler for sure there, and shout out to On the Bump as well. They had the exact same lineup, took that one down together there. Yeah, Stephon Castle with a nice night there. You proved that you needed Castle over Fox, which was another one of your takes there. You need a little bit of a slide on the Duran stuff with Wemby. Maxime Renault was having a really nice night, and then things just kind of faltered a little bit in the second half there, and he had no fouls, but then didn't close. They closed small without him, probably just because Precious was killing.
He was hooping.
Yeah, Precious was killing in a big way there. But yeah, the Nick Clifford stuff, 28 minutes off the bench for 42 fantasy points was a big one. Obviously not in the winning lineup, which is crazy to think. He probably could have ended up with even higher scoring lineups here if you mixed in some of those scrolls. I like that you brought up Memphis there. I mean, still, again, last night, nobody over 25-40. You know what I mean? Like, I think the high man was... Oh, dude, the high man was the guy that used to be on the Blazers, Rupert.
Really?
Yeah, he was the high man last night, who was like a short contract signing with 26 minutes. But everybody last night, everyone was 21 through 26. So just crazy, wild stuff.
What's the point?
What is the point?
Literally, what's the point?
Yeah. Dude, Killian Hayes played 10 minutes last night for the Kings and had 5 fouls.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a throwback name, huh? Yeah.
That is a hilarious stat line.
Yeah. I was trying to think of one last point I wanted to make. We talked about it on the show yesterday, and you were kind of I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, but you were a little bit poo-pooing me passing on the Asar and the Tobias and stuff like this. And what happens, man? They were the fucking landmines in the 5th and the 6th here. You needed to get scrolly with it. You needed to do what you did with your lineup up there. So evergreen reminder of the fragility of projection, even though it looks like the most competitive and best basketball game, that doesn't always translate to fantasy points, especially when there's 2 tough defenses on either side.
Yeah, worst game of Tobias's career, I think.
Asar more so than Tobias, I think.
Oh, Asar also. Well, I like Tobias more than Asar. But
Asar had 13 fantasy points, and he was like the biggest landmine because he was like 100% drafted.
Yeah, I was not on that. Yeah. But Tobias Harris made one shot last night also.
And it was a sick dunk too.
Was it? I didn't even.
It was like it was a poster, dude. It was a poster.
On who?
I don't know. You can look it up.
Okay.
It was early in the game, and the whole bench went nuts.
Well, yeah, Tobias Harris poster. Oh my goodness.
Do you have a link?
That's the only highlight.
Yeah, let's bring it up here.
All right, it was on Justin Champagne, basically.
Yeah, send it to me in the
Oh,
chat.
Okay, yeah. That would be easier than trying to share the screen.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
See the one and only field goal.
Dude, if you're gonna have a field goal, you may as well make it this one. You know, if you're only gonna have one, let's see, let's get this. We got this quality. Get this quality up here. What's going on? All right. 17. Harris goes to what's going on? Last 17. Harris goes to he's a bounty hunter. He's like in his mid-30s.
He's a bounty hunter.
I mean, it's not as big a poster as I thought when I was watching the game.
But I mean, for Tobias Harris to get up like that, man, that's not really his game.
Right, it's true. It's true.
Oh, he's nice to be doing that.
Your boys are popping off in the chat right now. Connor Griffin with his second home run of the day by the looks of it. Coach Nez is all over it.
Whoa. Huh.
Many are calling him a Fenway Wall Green Monster merchant. Did you hear those? Did you hear that?
Yeah, the North Side Notch is going to eat him for lunch, unfortunately. So.
Oh, good shit. All right, dude. Let's talk a little hoops here because we got a whole bunch to get through today. I'll ask you the evergreen question because I missed the layup line. I was actually planning on doing some layup line stuff just to get familiarized with the slate. But I missed the layup line there. So just kind of where you're at in your process and how things are going for you. Dog Bowl looks like 17-ish, 18% full right now.
Yeah. Did my layup lines maxed it? Those are pretty much all auto drafts. And in those, before projections came out, ended up with a lot of Pajemski, a lot of Chet Holmgren, a lot of Zion, and a lot of Brunson, which I don't really particularly love a lot of those plays.
I was about to say none of that was really popping when I was looking.
It's not popping, but I do think Pajemski, right now is the focal point of that offense and going up against the Pelicans. I actually do think that he's a sneaky IKB play, even though the ADP isn't good on paper. Sure. I still think he can he just saw he almost had a triple double last game, but against the Pelicans and he's the focal point. I don't hate it. Okay. Chet, I just he's it's the same situation as it has been. He's really the only guy out there for OKC. He's questionable, obviously. I'm not really worried about if he misses. I have a lot of him in the actual dog bowl too.
Sorry, just to clarify, you're not worried about him missing because you think he plays or because he's an easy swap candidate?
A little bit of both.
Okay. All right. I was kind of on the other side of the fence with the Chet stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you. I know the Raptors aren't awesome matchup wise, but
yeah, it was more that the spread is 1.5 for the Raptors at home, and they're nationally televised tomorrow in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of on the Chet sit the front end, Chet play the back end mindset, but yeah, that's just kind of a bro science take.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad one. So I'm not too worried about the swaps at his ADP, but anyways, in terms of dog bowl, who I'm really focused on is Jrue Holiday right now. He'll probably end up being 100% drafted, but his ADP, opened up high 35. no Denny.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty decent spot here with Minnesota. He's pretty much full right now. Is Drew. So yeah, to me that felt like a pretty easy click. No Shaden Sharp either.
Yeah, no shit, and no Caleb Love, who's with the G League as well. Like the Blazers have been playing like some low key, like kind of like more boring than what we used to think of them pace wise in recent memory. But yeah, no, I like it for sure. Drew played 28 last time out, missed that garbage time close run, would have easily got to 30 against the Suns there. They only needed to put up 92 because they were Suns play a little bit slower down too, especially with the lineups I'm looking at here. So yeah, the Drew stuff feels like a good sneaky spot there late that not a lot of people will talk about. There's also like a little bit of like flop lag in conversation too with when they're held off the redacted site. So if other people are watching other people's content today, it's 8 game slates on the 2 other sites and it's 11 on ours. So nobody's going to hear the name Drew all day, which definitely impacts ADP.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good point. I was thinking about the slate size too. I was like, well, I think it's it's fine. But I was wondering like, could they? But it's all right. More benefit to us, like you said, in that regard.
Yeah, definitely. All right, dude. I think that's a pretty good synopsis. I'll give this a refresh here because JB is officially out there now. So got that news nice and early. Will you be pushing up some Celtics guys, or do you still not love the spot as much against the Suns?
No, I think I'll have White like at 1 pick ahead of ADP, and and Peyton Pritchard probably like right behind him. I'll move Peyton Pritchard up way more.
Okay. But I mean, he's been so strong in that 6th man role. We've been talking about this, how like Peyton's really spiked from a usage standpoint. Like, does he join the starting lineup and all of a sudden that's like low-key bad for us? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think necessarily with JB out. Like,
Okay.
I think he's the common denominator in terms of that thing.
Okay.
Like why was it such a benefit? Well, because he wasn't sharing the court with somebody else who also loves to shoot as much as he does.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Dude, you know what's actually crazy? Do you know who's on the Celtics now? I was in roster deep dive this morning. He's one of your all-time favorites here.
I did see this.
You saw it?
Yeah. Solana Banton.
Yeah, baby. He's going to be a bucket. He's going to be a bucket in garbage season. Come on, one time.
He was born to be a Celtic.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, my guy's going to look so good in green. Oh, shoot.
If I was the GM, I would have given him like the super max for somebody that was not a all NBA player and never played more than 30 minutes a game. I would have lost my job over Delano Banton if I was a GM. It's a shame.
Oh, respect it.
Shame, really.
All right, dude, let's have the big conversation about cover boy Joel Embiid. So he's going to outproject this by a large margin if he plays. When he has played, they've kind of let him go back to full right away. We've noted that it's kind of like suspicious and Windhursty and odd that, the shin injury after the All-Star break has kind of just like cut him completely out here. He'll probably project right where Maxey is currently going if he does play. So, like, how are we treating this? Because this is, in theory, this is big time smash spot for him. They're 10-point favorites on the road against the Pacers with like a decent total here. I don't know, man. Like, they don't play tomorrow. Next game they play is at home on Thursday against Miami. How you treating Joel Embiid tonight?
I've been fading right now in the DAWG BOWL streets. I got a decent amount in the layup line where I was like, maybe thinking about it wrong, but like more willing to take on that big risk of like, hey, if he misses, like, yeah, it sucks. Those lineups are more or less dead, but I can salvage something out of them more than a 1x ROI than in the DAWG BOWL. I'm pretty cautious about it, man. He's still available at the 2-3 turn quite a bit, so I can still get more unless he gets ruled in. And then if he gets ruled in, then I'll just take him. Like it is what it is. Like I'm just gonna play him, even though I know that he's paired with other better projecting players.
Yeah.
On deep slates like this, we see it all the time where guys pop off in the mid to late rounds for big scores that end up kind of like affecting the slate big time in terms of like being able to match big scores from the front too, which obviously Luka and Jalen Johnson are like mega projection outliers today, obviously. So I have a bit of a fade on Embiid in the dog bowl right now, but I'm gonna probably get that up here a little bit. I don't think it's a guarantee that he plays.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, Christopher's asking what's sus about the injury. It's okay. It's not sus. I maybe my phrasing was wrong there, but like he was always listed with this right knee injury management Q tag, right? And that was like always his designation. And then it looked like he was going to come back right after the All-Star break. And it was like maybe for the game before. And then they're like, hold him out through the All-Star break. And then it was like, oh, he'll be back like shortly after. And now all of a sudden he has this right shin soreness designation that is like new. So maybe it's not sus. It's just different than what it previously was, which makes me like weird.
Yeah. I think you did a good job the first time too. But really, it's just like, you come out of the All-Star break and now you have the shin injury that like they ruled him out the day before. They didn't even throw the Q tag on him. They ruled him out ahead of time, like out of the All-Star break fresh. So like how bad is this injury? It's still keeping him out. We know he likes to play against bad teams. It's a bit of a meme, but it's kind of the truth. Like he loves to just like ball out against soft matchups. So I guess like will he truly be full? Because projections and pick'ems all think that he's 39.5 PRA. Like, if he was full, it maybe be like 44, 43, but like it's pretty damn full. That's one that I'm like, but he's not being drafted as though he's going to play and he's playing full. So like, there's differences there.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult, but like, I tend to think that, I think he's more likely to miss.
Yeah, I see both sides of the coin here. On a dog bowl slate with 11 games, it's like you can match scores way easier with back-end options that as long as he just doesn't break the slate with a 60 burger from the third round, you're probably fine. And even if he did, you can match it. Then you can also say it's a dog bowl slate with 11 games where you're only shooting for 2 spots. And how are you most likely to find a path to an extreme outlier score? It's getting a first rounder in the third round and pairing him with the 2 highest projecting plays on the slate, that being Luka and Jalen Johnson. So I can see it both ways. I think if I'm managing my portfolio right now, I would want to have like, how far has he been falling in rooms, like realistically?
Like early third round.
Yeah, so I would definitely have a bag of like Luka plus Embiid and Jalen Johnson plus Embiid for the outlier right tail stuff, but I wouldn't get like crazy overweight it.
Yeah, like I don't have very much right now. I have like 5. I have 3 shares right now.
3 shares in tandem with those combos, or 3 shares total?
3 shares of Embiid total in the dog bowl right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with like that take. Like, probably just need to risk it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, two seats out of 8,500, right? And if he plays full in a smash spot tonight, and you can pair him with Luka, he's going to project as the 3rd highest player on the slate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Anything else that is kind of like macro to talk about here?
I just think that this is like we're looking at the first round, and then starting at pick 7 all the way to like pick 20 is like A tier.
Sure.
Like this, it's so flat, and like I'm just been randomizing all these picks essentially from that point on. Like I don't think there's hardly any difference between all of these guys here. So just kind of mixing and matching. And then from after like pick 20 or so on, it's also like one big tier, like this, it just immediately turns into like from like 40 to 39 points in projection to like 37 to 35 till like player 50, in terms of ranking, not necessarily by ADP at that point. But yeah, it's just like two big flat tiers that I'm just like throwing shit together, mixing and matching, scrolling, things like that. I don't think that there's like right answers at every pick, where like on slates where I feel really confident, I'm like, oh, these are like the right answers at these rounds. Like you take these guys because they're in good matchups and they project well. I don't necessarily feel that way when I'm on the clock. Like I got a lot of options I like to scroll to. I don't feel like, oh, this is my smash pick when I'm on the clock in round 3 and round 4.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm kind of like thinking through some other stuff that's like macro high level, but I think we'll get to it like as we get to it. Like one for me is like Giddey minutes. Another for me is like Charlotte and bodies coming back in. Another for me would be Philadelphia without Embiid. Like, can we get like Oubre versus VJ conversations going? Another macro is Atlanta starting lineup. We saw CJ McCollum come into that. Does that cannibalize, some of the Nah and some of the JJ stuff? Pacers injury report will be big. Suggs will be big for like push-pull Orlando stuff, and we probably won't get it, even though Orlando's good with their injury report, just because it's like late night West Coast game. Phoenix being decimated with no Dylan Brooks and no
no Booker and
blanking.
Yeah. They're interesting. I mean, they're not even that big of dogs tonight, but that total is just like dog shit. So what do you do?
Yeah, right. 100%. You blocked my boy. I play hockey with Curtis, and he loves to troll it here. It's good.
No, I didn't block him. I timed him out. I put him in time
out for Mango.
Dude, yeah. he rattled you.
I didn't even see what he said. I didn't even see what he said.
I thought he had you rattled. So I was like,
man, impossible to get your boy shook. I'm trying to think of some other ones here. Oh, DeJounte Murray coming back tonight, and the Pels stuff. I saw a lot of talk in the chat there about Zion being like a smash. Like how does DeJounte factor in tonight? Like obviously he's definitely going to be on minutes, but like just things to think through.
Yeah. How many minutes do you think DeJounte plays? He's not draftable, but just like, out of curiosity.
Yeah. I mean, I think he just cannibalizes fears a little bit, and I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get to that game. I couldn't even give you a blanket number. I'd be really curious what like unabated and ETR's number is. Gun to my head, 25 to 28 is like the first thing that jumps off, but like that's just a fucking guess,
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say 20 to 22.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's been practicing for like 2.5 weeks. Like that, there's something you could say. But I mean, real NBA action. Did you see his quotes today? Like they had an interview. Yeah, they had an interview with him, and he's like, I'm not that dude to like tank. I'm not gonna sit back. I'm not gonna like this kind of like thing. He's like, I'm not that dude. Like I want to put it on for New Orleans and blah blah blah. So yeah, it was kind of like,
that's cool.
They also don't have a pick, so like you can say whatever the hell you want.
Right. Yeah. They're not tanking. They actually would prefer to make that pick look as bad as possible or as good as possible. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Egger's saying 20 off an Achilles on a team that sucks. Yeah. Station's asking about World Baseball Classic stuff. I don't think there's going to be World Baseball Classic dailies, but don't hold me to it. I think it was the same as like Olympics and FIFA and like stuff like that, World Cup and stuff. Like it's just they don't fully have rights yet. Numi talked about it yesterday, how they're really working towards some of that stuff in the future, and fingers crossed. But I don't think World Baseball Classic's on the docket for this year. It'll just be dinger stuff.
Yeah, we'll have pick'ems though. We're gonna be playing some pick'ems. Don't you worry.
Yeah, real baseball action. Let's get it. All right, Nez. I think we could do like kind of like an like there's going to be less to deep dive than yesterday would be like my number one takeaway right now, because there's just going to be spots that we're going to gnaw wave, even if we, think of some gal brain rotation shit, it's just not going to be playable on our site today. So I think some of these games we can rip through here and go. First one up, dude, Pacers and Sixers. Actually, I should hit everyone with I said there were no back end back-to-backs. I'll hit you guys with the front end back-to-backs. Front end back-to-backs. Thunder, Warriors, Raptors, Cavs, Bucks, Boston, Celtics, 6. So we got 6 games tomorrow and 6 teams on back end back-to-backs tomorrow. So that means 6 front end back-to-backs today and no back end back-to-backs today. Everybody who played yesterday is not on the slate. All right, here we go. Pacers and Sixers, 233.5 here, 10 for the Sixers here. And this is a loaded injury report here. We got G League out tags mixed in, but then we also got Paul George with that suspension. Kelly Oubre keeps getting listed with the brace, but he's totally fine. And he'll play north of 32, 36 in a competitive game environment without Joel tonight. And then we have that whole Joel Embiid situation we talked about with right knee / right shin Q tag there. And then on the Pacers side, Johnny Furphy's done for the year. Tyrese Halliburton is out and probably done for the year as well. No reason to bring him back. Q tags on some of the G Leaguers here in Talon Peter and Quentin Jackson. Micah Potter is listed as probable. Andrew Nemhard has a Q tag with lower back stuff after missing the back end of the back-to-back there. Cam Jones, who has been starting in his absence, has a probable tag. And then TJ McConnell has the Q tag with the right hamstring there. Pascal has the doubtful tag. Obi Toppin is still out. Zubac is still out. And then Ethan Thompson has a Q tag with the G League there. So tons of moving pieces in this one, and it's a pretty fruitful total. But not a ton of Pacers getting drafted and kind of just the main Sixers getting drafted right now. Let's start with the Pacers side because we already kind of talked about the Sixers.
Yeah, Pacers, pretty easy today. It's Jarris Walker, and if you are feeling risky, throwing in some Andrew Nemhard. I'm not doing any Nemhard today. Just doesn't feel necessary. But I'll do Jarris Walker, man. They're letting Jarris Walker, just letting him play, letting him hoop. And I like him today. His ADP's climbed up a good bit as the day has gone on. But I was a pretty big fan of him when I was looking at my stuff. But he's going to be close to 100% drafted, so it becomes less and less appealing.
Yeah, he's been pretty nice with it from a fantasy standpoint in recent memory here. The ETR guys have been astute to point out that he's the perfect guy to let him run a bit long and like not be worried about winning a basketball game. So he's a great he's a great this time of year tanking team guy where it's like he can eat a lot of minutes. He's fun for a fantasy standpoint, but he's probably not going to win you a basketball game. So it's all good.
Exactly. Great for us.
Shout out to Ryan, who took down the giveaway yesterday, 5 Badge Bros memberships. He also told me yesterday, which is really cool, it's his birthday on the Saturday for the yacht party.
Yeah.
So it's so fitting, meant to be, man.
That's so funny.
Yeah, love to do it. Here we go. He's got 6 entries in tonight, so we could redo the giveaway when he wins a seat. There you go. So it's to the community's benefit that Ryan plays as much as he can possibly play tonight, because then it opens the door for somebody else to come to the Dog Bowl with us.
Yeah, he would be disqualified. And you would have to rerun, give it to the runner-up.
And I deleted the wheel, so I'll have to go back and copy paste all the names again.
Oh man, that's so much. Of course they're gone.
Oh shit. Anybody else on the Pacers for you, man? There's jokes in the chat right now about Jay Huff never getting rebounds. It's largely because he doesn't really play around the basket. I'm not gonna lie.
He doesn't.
Like he's very perimeter driven. Like he took like 5 threes the other night, or 6 threes the other night, made 4 of them. I believe it was this 22-point game there. Yeah, he's a stretch 5, man. He's just he's like a bigger guy, but he's not really the rebound rate guy. There are certain spots where he does play down low and play in the paint, but like he's not a prototypical center. He's like he's a stretch five. Yeah, anybody else that's draftable here, because there's going to be a lot of moving pieces with like Nembhard, Q tag, TJ, Cam Jones, this sort of stuff. We talked about the big rotation when Micah Potter's in there, that it kind of makes both of them unplayable because all three of them are just kind of like cannibalizing each other. Who do you like other than Walker tonight? Oh, Nez disappeared on me. Looks like he froze or something. I mean, I would throw my hat in the ring for Nembhard tonight. I think the biggest push-pull with the Nembhard stuff, guys, is just if you play Nembhard as in, it makes Maxey look worse. That would be like my big thing.
Sorry, I just like got booted randomly, but I'm back.
All right, he's good. Do you like Nembhard?
Not really, dude. There's a lot of scroll options today, and I feel like they won't even let him play full.
Okay. Yeah, my biggest takeaway is just if Nembhard is in, it makes Maxey look slightly worse because you get the on ball.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sixers side of thing here, dude. I got a spicy meatballs take here. Maxey's been, everybody wants to play Maxey on the nights where Joel's out. Maxey's actually been better with Embiid in. So now I don't know if that makes me want to, take him at 3 over and over again and kind of hedge my bets, but like, I don't really know who else you would take over him. So maybe it's a moot point, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still taking Maxey really high. I'm taking him ahead of Anthony Edwards. If we get like Embiid ruled in, I'm not going to take Maxey over Edwards anymore. Now that I have that information, I won't weigh him greater than Anthony Edwards. But right now, it's Maxey. Like I said, I'm going to work on getting this Embiid exposure up. And that's basically it for me here. I haven't scrolled like who would I maybe scroll to? Edgecombe, sure. Like maybe Oubre, but I don't think I would do that. Like I don't think I'll get there. There's just a lot of good scroll options, man, that like I don't think you need to try to get cute on these guys, but Edgecombe once upon a time was putting up 50 balls like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I'm good with either of them in the last round now. It was a contingent play if Embiid doesn't play. I don't think they're the guys you'd want to swap into if Embiid doesn't play either. So like maybe just having a couple sprinkled 6th round shares of the two of them feels fine right now. I slightly lean Kelly over VJ, but that's just kind of evergreen with me.
Yeah. I think he's got way more of like a ceiling in terms of like point scored, but Edgecombe, man, just will like pop out with these, Dyson Daniels ass games every now and then.
It's true. It's so true. That's a good comp. Dyson Daniels ass. Dyson Daniels ass anything is not what I'm striving for in this world, but
that's the thing. Yeah,
a Dyson Daniels ass game is a hilarious comp.
I'm off put by that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. We got Hawks up next. Speaking of Dyson Daniels, 13-point favorites for the Hawks here. Wizards. This is a 236.5, man, which is pretty nice to see. Wizards have been doing some really funky stuff with their rotations. Obviously, no Sar, D'Lo, AD, Cam Whitmore, and Trae Young. Although it does sound like they're going to try and get AD and Trae on the court by the end of season for whatever reason. Justin Champagnie's been listed available. Tristan Vukovic has been listed available there, but he still doesn't play. He's an amazing rates guy, but he never plays more than like 20 minutes. So it's like it's pretty frustrating. So I mean, we'll talk about the Wizards in a second. I don't know, but on the Hawks side, Kuminga might be making his return tonight. So there's that. He has a Q tag next to his name. He had the out tag earlier, like the previous iterations that we have dealt with. So it's encouraging to see the Q tag. I don't know, just a little more, another body and some more wing stuff. Noted at the top of the show there that they've been doing this CJ McCollum in the starting lineup instead of Zachary Richeche. So we'll see if that carries on this evening. But yeah, man, who's draftable here? Also noteworthy that the Hawks G Leaguers are listed out. Let's start with the Hawks side.
Yeah, obviously Jalen Johnson, 102, smash today. And then we've got, these four guys after him that typically, do get drafted in some capacity on normal slates, but on this slate, I think it's a little more difficult. I guess let's just start from Onyeka. He will start tonight, and it's a great spot against Washington. But Jock Landale's on the team now, and Jock Landale gets good minutes. Good minutes for a backup five, and it hurts the ceiling of Onyeka. You really need him to be ultra efficient in those minutes, and he can obviously against Washington, but you really got to be perfect, I feel like, on it. So on paper it looks good, last round Onyeka here is totally fine, but I'm really worried about the Jock Landale stuff really kind of hurting the ceiling for him.
Dude, I like that take for sure, especially when the other team's going to be rotating fives so heavily, There's just something about watching the opponent subbing at a frequency that you kind of match and change lineups in accordance with, if we knew it was Anthony Gill 30 minutes night tonight, I'd be like, yo, let it fly, Onyeka, play 30 and cook this dude. But I think it's more of you're going to be seeing some Vooch, some Gill, some Will Riley, some mix and match patterns like this. And as an opposing coach, I would be like, okay, this big fits better with this big, and this big fits better with this matchup. And that lends itself to 26 minutes, 28 minutes split, between the bigs, right?
Yeah. And, 33 ADP isn't bad for ownership and projected ownership, but yeah, I just, I don't think we're going to get enough. You really need Onyeka to play, a great game with these minutes right now.
Okay, cool. Last three guys there, dude. Are you worried about CJ coming into the starting lineup? This is a revenge game for him and just getting his at the expense of Na. We've talked about how much Na has been scoring dependent. We've talked about how much Dyson has been cut into by Na getting his shots up. Now you have another, shot getter out there with them. I don't know, man. I think they're all draftable tonight, but it does feel a little I don't know.
Yeah, so last time he started over who?
Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's so fucking cooked. He's definitely intriguing, I think. CJ. Okay. Jalen Johnson obviously is the number one option. Nah, still good, but CJ being 35.8 is mega low owned. And we've talked about how he can hit some ceiling. He has these high usage moments, and against the Wizards, man, I could see CJ putting up some numbies, especially if he's gonna start. Maybe he's better off the bench if that's the take. I suppose, but no, I would like CJ as a scroll here for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm good with it. I think it's a good point from Ryan. It's all the ancillary guys just feel a smidge worse than they did before, after the trade deadline and after, all these bodies mixed in there. It is kind of encouraging if you go to the rotations, though. This was a game that stayed competitive against the Nets there last time out. And, you just see them play hey, we're only going to run 10. We're trying for the play in. And when Ricochet is coming off the bench, he's only playing 19. Jock Landale is only playing 16 in this 5 thing. A little bit different with the 5 matchup tonight, opposed to the more traditional going against Claxton there, pending how the 5s get rotated on the other side. But yeah, I don't know. It just, as he alludes to, it's it's Jalen Johnson, and then it's kind of everybody's kind of whack-a-mole based on matchup on the other side.
Look at that Jock Landale usage when he was on the floor. Yeah,
right? He's just, when he's out there, he just goes, yo, you know whose time it is? It's the old KCP joke that we used to have. It's who Jock Landale goes out there and he goes, you know whose fucking number we're calling? Jock Landale's.
And then you look, then CJ's out there with the studs, and he's the second highest usage guy. He's out there with the studs, and he's he's the second option, you know?
Right.
So
yeah, like that like CJ is not shy to get his shot when he wants it, and that really cuts into Dyson's offense. Like I just without even looking, like he gets 7 points, but he somehow gets 40 fantasy points in this one, but it's an 11% usage. Like Dyson's just off my board. It's like he has to fall into 7 stocks to matter.
Yeah. We're done with Dyson Daniels, man. We don't have to take him.
Right.
We're not going to.
Let's talk about the Washington side here, dude. They've been doing some weird shit just in terms of like capping guys and moving them around. It was nice to see Bob Carrington play like 30 last time. Yeah, he played 30 last time. It didn't materialize in fantasy points, but he played 30 at least. Keyshawn George is just like capped, man. Like they're just not going to play this dude. Had be like the exciting guy to play, but they're just not going to play him. It's this Alonnis Williams show, man. They just run him. He had 51 fantasy points in that Pacers game. They're just going to run him and burn him on his contract. Like that's what they're doing right now. So I love Vukovic from a rate standpoint. And if I had to pick one, it'd be Alonnis Williams, but I don't see anything here that you can really get to tonight.
No, I don't either, other than Alonnis Williams. If you wanted to play it, the minutes will be there. Atlanta's, pace up, but I'm not doing it. I did it a little bit last slate.
I like it, man. I respect it. I mean, it's the same thesis as like the Nick Clifford or the small stuff, although a little less notoriety here in terms of name value, but it's like the same thesis as like, hey, who's going to play second unit stint and then stay for not garbage, but stay for close because they're tanking. And it's like, that fits the mold. All right. Things to think about in the future, but maybe not on this slate here. All right, let's keep rolling. OKC and the Raptors here. Raptors getting Scotty Bolway back tonight. Low total in this one, a 216.5, 1.5 by way of the Raptors there. If memory serves, it was Jakob Poeltl missing tonight, but Scotty coming back in. Let me get the official. So all the G Leaguers listed out, and then Jakob Poeltl is listed out on the Raptors side, so relatively clean there. And then on the Thunder side, Caruso has the Q tag, Chet Holmgren has the Q tag, and then SGA, AJ Mitchell, and J-Dub are listed out here. They play nationally televised at Detroit tomorrow as well, and the spread had my Windhurst up, but pretty palatable price tag for Chet. Are you drafting anyone on the Thunder other than Chet?
No. I thought about maybe doing like a cheeky Hartenstein because he's been pretty efficient since he's returned, but no, it's just been Chet for me, and just kind of playing the Chet angle was a lot before projections because I was like, well, I think he's going to project better than this ADP. So, and he was available at ADP quite a bit, so that was the thesis.
Okay, cool. The swap into if Chet doesn't go, would you swap into Hartenstein?
I would probably think about it. I don't know that I would, but I would think about it. Yeah,
we've joked about his ceiling so many times, like those right tail outcomes just don't exist. And even if he is quote unquote the focal point of the first unit tonight, which is a lot to ask, if Chet isn't there, like he's just going to start at the 5 and then you're going to bring in a high rates guy beside him because you're either going to bring in Aaron Wiggins or you're going to bring in Jalen Williams, right? Jalen with a Y. And, when Jalen plays the 4, he kind of cuts in a little bit there. I don't really see anything I like from the Thunder tonight if Chet doesn't play.
No, me neither, really.
They have so many bodies too.
They do. Yeah, they run pretty deep.
Like even if Caruso sits tonight and Chet sits tonight, like they still have Wiggins, McCain, Kendrick, Topic's back in there. They got the 3 G Leaguers who are decent, like Barnheiser and Carlson and stuff. Like they still have bodies, man. Like there's still like 13, 14 that they could choose from. And it's the lowest total on the slate.
Yeah, it doesn't. This matchup is not popping.
Yeah. Kaysen had a nice game last time out, like just monster score. I mean, like maybe Kaysen Maybe Isaiah Joe can get hot from 3 like he did last time. Like it's so thin and the ceilings seem low.
For sure. Yeah, it's not the vibe.
Okay. Let's go to the Raptors side here, dude. I think there's probably just 3 draftable Raptors. Maybe you could twist my arm into some of the other guys. Without Jakob Poeltl there, you could tell yourself a story about RJ. You could tell yourself a story about Colin Murray Boyles playing some more 5-run or whatever. But I think I like the idea of playing Scotty and some small ball 5 lineups tonight, especially if Chet is out, because then they can play J. Will at the 5 for the second unit. And then you get Scotty playing small ball 5 with the second unit tonight without Jakob Poeltl. So that one kind of intrigues me from a rates perspective from Scotty. But yeah, I think it's probably just like 3 guys, and they're probably both overdrafted and IQ slightly underdrafted, but it's not a great spot for any of them.
No, not really. I've been doing BI just because he has, the better scoring opportunities as far as like non-Scotty pieces in this matchup. But just it's a shitty matchup here, man. Like these pieces are not fun to draft. Like it's not hard to take a guy that goes behind Scotty over Scotty right now.
Sure, yeah.
But I still take him because he has like that massive stock upside and he does a lot of everything. He's he can get like look at that 17-point game against Detroit. I mean, he scored 17 points, 7 and 5, and you're like, how the hell does this guy have 50 fantasy points? Like,
right? Yeah,
he can really sneak up on you, and then he can also absolutely shit the bed. So
right, yeah.
It doesn't like we said a million times. This is not a good spot for either team.
Okay, cool. IQ in the last round, he had a monster game without Scotty last time out.
Sure. I mean, not for me, but sure.
Yeah, it's not a great place to score, right? But yeah. All right, let's keep ripping. Mavs and Nets here. No Cooper Flag in this one. 226.5 there, but Mavs are 2-point favorites on the road here. Encouraging to see Michael Porter Jr. play a back-to-back last time out there. Was that last time out or 2 times ago? I'm doing it from memory.
Last slate.
Yeah.
Last time. Yeah. Last time he had
one. Nets have just the G Leaguers listed out here, which include the newly acquired Josh Minot. And then on Minot. And then on the Dallas side, dude, you got that Evergreen Q tag on Daniel Gafford. You got a doubtful tag on Ryan Nembhard with the G League there, and same with Musa Cisse there. Cooper Flag is out, as I previously mentioned, and then all the other guys, Derek Lively and Kyrie Irving, blah blah blah, and then Caleb Martin with the probable tag here. Is anybody draftable on the Mavericks tonight?
Yeah, I think PJ is very draftable.
Okay.
If Gafford misses, maybe I'm more into Najee. But I like PJ.
Why does Gafford matter to Najee?
I think that Gafford being out makes Najee play big more, and I tend to enjoy Najee if we can get some more minutes open up for him. Play his style more. Right now it's just PJ, but I'm gonna keep a close eye on this one because I think if Gafford misses, not only Najee, but I would be interested in Marvin Bagley too.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, we're Bagley respectors around here. Chris Middleton playing his best to play his way out of town here. They talked about a potential buyout for them. He's going to make his decision by March 1. So he's showcasing right now a little bit, which is intriguing because he's been starting and he's putting up 44 fantasy points and he's taking his usage and whatever. Probably not draftable on our slate, but it is just a reminder that Chris Middleton can hoop when he chooses to hoop. Look at these last 2 games where he's been starting here. And he's trying to play himself out of here for a buyout and a contract somewhere else. So win her up on some Middleton slides this evening, if you catch my drift. I like where you're at there, Nez, with the Bagley Gafford thing. The Bagley stuff when Gafford isn't around is pretty nice.
Yeah, I would be very intrigued if we get that out tag at some point.
Thoughts on the Nets this evening? It is kind of just actually I should put in Brooklyn. I always make that mistake. It is kind of largely just Michael Porter Jr. that gets drafted, and then Nick Claxton's available in the last round. Claxton back into our lives after we had the Day'Ron Sharp slates of last week there. Thoughts on this one here?
Yeah, for me, pretty easy. I like Michael Porter, and I like Nick Claxton. I really like Nick Claxton, man. Seems to be off the radar for a lot of people. He played, in the 2 games that he did play, 30 minutes there. Obviously a big gap between those two, but yeah, 30 minutes of Nick Claxton, even if it's like 29, good rates guy against Dallas, that would have me very intrigued. And it does.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, man. That does feel good. We used to always target centers against Bagley and centers against Gafford. And if you're going to get both of them out there, let's fucking go, baby. They're just running back. You remember the Washington narrative 2 years ago or whatever? Like we're just running it back, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were loving that. All over that.
Yeah. Keep your ear to the street, guys. This is going to happen at some point here, and it's most likely going to be with Yegor out or with Michael Porter Jr. out. But the Nick Clifford of the Nets right now, where they're going to run him starting and garbage no matter what, is Nolan Traore, man. These 30s, 31s, 34s, it's going to happen at some point. I don't know. Maybe it even happens in the Dog Bowl. Who knows? Who's to say? Who's going to be sick enough to take Traore in the Dog Bowl if he's on the slate? I don't know. People are wondering.
It's going to have to be you.
All right, dude. I think that's all to say on that one. Pretty tight band of players in that one. Cavs are up next here. Cavs and Knicks. This is the first of the Peacock nationally televised, in parentheses, Peacock games tonight. Not quite the same as the ESPN games, but nonetheless, it's classified as nationally televised. 4-point favorites to the new look Cleveland Cavaliers there with the big 4 back in there. And then 232.5 here. Knicks are interesting, man, just with the cat kind of like perennially underachieving and then falling in rooms. Like maybe ceiling has to return at some point, but yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it. Knicks have Miles McBride listed as out. He's done for the year there. And then everybody else is just good to go. Dylan Jones is a G Leaguer who's listed available for whatever that's worth. And then the same stuff on the Cavs. G Leaguers out and Max Strus out, who's still yet to play basketball this season. So pretty clean on both sides here, Nez. And some high ADPs in a game that, looks okay on paper, but it's not like a pound the table one here. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a bit of a difficult one, as always, with the Knicks, but this game does have me pretty intrigued. I like Brunson more than Cat, kind of evergreen, but I think they're both fine today. I'm not really getting to any ancillary Knicks today, but Cat and Brunson I do like. I like Brunson more. Just a big fan of Brunson in these big games against Eastern Conference opponents, man. That's just kind of my flow chart in getting to Brunson. On top of the fact that the matchup for the guards for the Knicks don't really, or for the Cavs, on the defensive side don't really scare me. Sure. So I kind of like Brunson here. He always seems to kind of show up and show out in these big spots, and these are two of the best, some of the best in the East going at it here. So I like Brunson here.
Cool. I respect the take for sure, man. I think I'd be team Brunson over Cat tonight. Do you think there's a chance they run? We haven't seen the double big lineup to start in a while here. They've just been going with the Brunson, Bridges, Hart, OG, Cat. Do you think there's a chance you see the double big? Because I talk about it all the time, how I hate Karl Anthony Towns when he plays the 4 there. And I don't know, man, you get Harden and Mitchell on the other side, and then you get Mobley and Allen, and it's just kind of like, and then they'll throw out, Wade or Morrell. But like, you just look at it on paper and it's kind of like, I don't know, do I really want OG on Mobley? Like maybe I'm better off with throwing Mitch Rob out there, and that cannibalizes Cat further.
I don't think they play double big. Like I get it in terms of the matchup, but I would be shocked if they did. yeah, I think the length of Mikal and OG is fine against Mobley.
All right, sounds good. Any auxiliary Knicks there? Sorry if you said already.
No, not really. Not today. Not today.
Yeah. No heart, no nothing like that.
No.
Okay, let's talk about the Cavs here, dude, because we got some 2 high ADPs here, and then we got some really palatable price points on the bigs on the other side there. We don't know what Evan Mobley's minutes are going to look like this evening, if they will be full, but he's been starting, and he played 18, and then it was garbage time, and then he played 25 in that OKC matchup there. I will note James Harden's box scores have been okay since he's joined this team. And we've noted the combo overlap of like him and Jared Allen and them running the pick and roll and what that looks like offensively. The ceiling on James Harden is significantly lower than it was when he was playing for the Clippers, in my opinion here. Like the usage rate has come down. The handling is about the same, but it's a little worse. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's fine. Like every night I click on James Harden in and around his ADP, and I just go, this is fine given the projection and the band of projection going around him. But man, it's hard to see like full right tail outcome when, Donovan Mitchell's more that dude than he is these days.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, man. I don't have a lot of James Harden. I have like 9% James Harden tonight. It's fine. I'm not like jumping up and down to get James Harden tonight when there's a lot of guys who are first options that go behind him in, probably better spots matchup wise. So yeah, James Harden isn't like a priority for me tonight by any means.
Okay, cool. They also have like so much handling. Like this is one thing that's kind of got under talked about is they have so much off the bench handling. If anything goes wrong at any isolated moment, like, like you have Keon Ellis for on-ball defense. You have Dennis Schroeder for a lesser extent for on-ball defense, but definitely for assist rate handling off the bench. Like these are options that Cleveland did not previously have when they were doing the stagger set stuff. Like we're so focused on Harden as like the star in 1-for-1 for Garland, but the bench has changed so much behind him and it's guard depth behind him, which wasn't the case previously until dating back to like Ty Jerome era.
Yeah, I know. It's like I couldn't tell you exactly how much it's impacting like James Harden in particular, but it's definitely like an under talked about thing in terms of how they really overhauled their team and their bench is they just like loaded up on guards. And I like it. Like I do like it. But from a team standpoint, but from fantasy, yeah, I think it definitely it wouldn't surprise me if it was negatively impacting these guys, specifically Harden.
Okay. Now here comes the question of our generation. Is this a generational wealth opportunity that WizK is referring to? Evan Mobley in the 6th round? Because, my Windhursts go up a little bit here that a 5% owned Sabonis, an all-star, perennial all-star in the last round, got me a dog bowl seat because people were all scared about the minutes and stuff like this. And then all of a sudden he plays full. And then, you're getting a first rounder in the 6th round. Is Evan Mobley tonight's Sabonis?
I doubt it.
Okay. Just off it?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Even if he was full. I mean, not that at ADP 34.8, like, oh yeah, obviously a full Evan Mobley is at 34.8 is a smash. But like Evan Mobley has been so frustrating just at any given point in time. Could he play 30 minutes tonight? Sure, absolutely. But the markets don't think that. They've got him at like 23.5 PRA.
Okay.
So
that's low. That's very low.
Very low.
That's 25 minutes of Mobley low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It.
Sounds good. Jared Allen, any love for that?
It's definitely in the conversation for scrolling. It's not anything that's like gotta have it. Okay. I think I've got scrolls I like more.
Okay. Max 1 Cleveland stuff, or are you okay pairing a couple of them?
No, I think Max 1. I think Max 1 because like you're not even getting like Allen or Mobley all that often. So to take Mitchell and Harden is like a very interesting decision.
Sure. Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's jump back over to the beautiful unabated. We're going to go with Pelicans and Warriors up here. Still no Steph in this one. This is a straight pick 'em. This is a 227.5 here. Warriors favorites on the road despite missing some of their best bodies. But we'll talk about that in a half second there. You already gave a little bit of love for Porzingis there. Or no, Pods, my bad. For Pods, Zinger is going to be out in this one. So no Jimmy Butler, neither Curry brothers, no Al Horford, no Zinger. But we got D'Anthony Melton ruled in. He's always kind of like playing on a limit, but he does cannibalize usage when he's out there. And then Draymond Green is listed as probable here. And then on the Pelicans side, we are going to see the season debut for DeJounte Murray, but that comes at the expense of Yves Missi out, Trey Murphy III out, and Micah Peavy out there, who occasionally starts there. Started in the last absence of Trey Murphy over the weekend. I think that was maybe Friday's slate or something like that. But let's talk about the Pels here first, dude, because a lot of moving pieces in terms of what the rotations are going to look like with those bodies leaving and then DeJounte Murray entering. Can we keep getting to Sadiq Bey as a scorer? We talk about Derek Queen when Yves Missi isn't around and can't get played off the floor there, or who knows, maybe, Carlo Makovic or DeAndre Jordan can play him off the floor. Played 31. Just wanted to put that on people's radars. Played 31 last time.
Do you think they did that just so he could like bang bodies with Drummond, or like is he about to start again?
It's OG, baby. It's just an OG throwback game where both guys went behind closed doors and they're like, hey, let's meet in the training room. And they're like, you know what we're doing tonight? We're giving the people a show. Drummond versus Jordan. Let's go. Throwback night. It was like the Mitchell and Ness of basketball games.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome, but like, is it random or is he starting tonight? I'm curious.
I would venture to guess no. I would venture to guess we get some kind of Bay Zion Queen. And
if you don't think that Drummond is if you don't think DeAndre Jordan's starting tonight, man, how is Derek Queen like not a smash? Sub 10% own Derek Queen tonight. If they're not doing the DeAndre Jordan bullshit,
yeah,
who's taking his minutes? Carlo?
Yeah, you could do a little bit of Carlo. You could do a little Jordan. You could do a little Kevin Looney's still there. Revenge game, Kevin Looney. Maybe he gets 8 minutes. But yeah, no, I think if Derek Queen comes, this does feel like if Derek Queen doesn't get played off the floor and Derek Queen starts, he could stay out there. It's not the greatest matchup in the world against Draymond and Guy Santos on the other side. Santos has been playing really well. But when you get, post in the second unit and that sort of stuff, it could definitely be a center cook spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like thinking that through because I'm like, well, you take Yves Missi out of the equation, you get rid of Trey Murphy, you bring in a limited DeJounte. It's like, man, is it Queen night? Like I'm asking myself here. In terms of just the Pelicans, I love Zion. Projections think that he's fine at ADP. I love Zion tonight, man. Right with no Trey Murphy. Like, I don't care that DeJounte is back in what I think is going to be a limited capacity. That doesn't
DeJounte
really
might be good for him. Like, people forget DeJounte's peak DeJounte was a really good pass first guy.
Yeah. Like, I don't have a problem with it at all. I like Zion a lot. He's going to be one of my highest drafted players today. In terms of like trying to find a player who can put up a monster score on the other side of the board. Like if you're in a room with me and you have Jalen Johnson or Luka, like you're not getting Zion back to you. I'm almost always taking Zion second round, like at any part of the board. Like I'm just getting ahead of ADP on Zion because I like his ceiling quite a bit.
Okay.
And I like Bay for the scroll, man, with no Trey Murphy. I think Bay's a really good scroll. Not like an awesome spot, but just in terms of having opportunities to put up points. It's good. It is a good opportunity with no Trey Murphy. So
yeah, he's a bucket getter. He's a bucket getter for sure.
Pool party revenge game.
I don't think so. I don't think the minutes will be there. It's nice to see him come back to the rotation and not be a coach's DNP for the full month or whatever. But Poole will get his when he's out there, and he'll be more of a thorn in the side from a usage standpoint to somebody else than he will be like a smash click in our game. If you're playing on the redacted side and you get like a min salary Poole or whatever he is, he's probably not min salary anymore. But I could maybe see it. But DeJounte coming back in it throws a wrench in this handling because I don't know. Who do you think starts tonight? Do you think they give the hat tip courtesy start to DeJounte coming back? Or do you think they give him the 20 minutes off the bench treatment?
I think he starts.
Okay. Yeah. I misspoke earlier. It wasn't PV that started last time. It was McGowan's that started. That's what I meant.
Good old Bryce.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna look at the notes right now to see who they think starts, but let me see here. ETR has it hedged between McGowan's and Murray. So they have Fears and Poole off the bench. And on the NBA Alpha projection notes, they have DeJounte starting. Unabated has DeJounte starting, and then ETR has it hedged between DeJounte and McGowan's.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, it's probably better if Murray's off the bench and he's a second unit lead guy for the usage rate of Zion and Queen and Bay in the first unit. You know what I mean? But I can tell myself a story that DeJounte starting is good for them too, just because he's a better basketball player, takes more gravity, and he's a good passer.
Yeah. I'm team DeJounte is good for this team.
Okay.
For these guys for fantasy. I don't think he's that type of player that's like a usage suck.
Okay. So probably just the 3 draftable that we were dealing with before.
Yeah, and Queen, to be very clear, is like obviously so risky and ultra tilting, but I think that there's opportunity that it's hard to feel comfortable with drafting Queen without knowing without knowing DeAndre Jordan isn't starting, which is like the dumbest thing in the world to say out loud. But
yeah, that's a very good point, because you got to trade your future first round pick to make sure you start DeAndre Jordan over him.
Like, what's the point? What is the point, man?
Yeah, I think this is like, from a narrative standpoint, this is like the almost first full game of getting the band back together. I think they would do like this lineup, that Murray, Herb plus those 3. That's what I'd do tonight, but who knows? Warriors side, you said you were IK being the Pods spot. Pods with a nice line last time out there. I mean, we're still accustomed to Steve Kerr doing stupid shit all the time and, just mixing and matching and running guys all over the place. But he definitely looks like the safest of the bunch. Is there anybody else playable on the Warriors?
No.
Yeah.
Like, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Pods is like barely playable.
Right. Yeah, which is kind of surprising for like a 27 ADP guy that like he's like barely playable. I will say DeAnthony Melton being in there makes me like him a little bit less. Like, Melton plays 25 minutes every time out, but he fucking gets his buckets when he's out there, man. And if he mixes in a couple stocks, he gets a nice fantasy score. He's not playable for us, but like he definitely cuts in from an offensive ceiling standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Let's show Guy Santos nice box scores so everybody knows I'm not full of shit. And there you go. Guy Santos playing good basketball.
How about Gary Payton? Can you pull up Gary Payton's real quick? There was something. Sure. I'm trying to think who he played. This Denver he had like a really funny moment. I'm sorry, I can't even remember what it was. If I can remember, I'll bring it up and maybe try to show a clip. But he did something that was like that cracked me the hell up.
Okay.
The other day.
I didn't see it, so
I can't.
I'd be interested.
I got to try to find it. I got to think about what I was watching.
All right. While you find it, I will jump through the next game there. We got what I would have thought would have been a higher total here. I would have thought this game was super fast here, but Apparently not. Apparently the Bucks are going to slow this one down just enough against the Heat here. But we get Bucks and Heat. Heat are 6.5-point road favorites in Milwaukee. This is a 228.5. Obviously, no Giannis in this one. I guess I owe my guy Eggers in the chat an apology. We finally saw a Ryan Rollins bold letters ceiling game there, Nez. And yeah, you can guess I was not there to celebrate it. But yeah, pretty clean stuff on the Bucks right now. You get an out tag on Giannis, his brother, and Taron Prince. And then on the Heat side, Tyler Hero is back. Nikola Jovic is out. Pelle Larsson is in. Probable tag on Davion Mitchell. Available tag on Norm Powell. Drew Smith's available. Andrew Wiggins is available. And Terry Rozier is out this evening. That's kind of your lay of the land on that one. I don't know how to feel about this game. I'm kind of excited to talk to you about this game because I kind of feel like it's a smash spot for Kevin Porter Jr., but everybody else kind of, I think, feels that way, and he's a little priced up. The Heat feel like when they're super deep like this, I have no idea which one of them to pick because Tyler Hero just kind of like cannibalizes all of them. I don't know. The Heat look like just like a nice basketball team on paper now, but they don't feel fun and playable in fantasy despite being fast. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is just like kind of the story of today's slate is just like a team that's playing good basketball that has a pretty deep rotation and nobody really stands out. Yeah, I mean, see Miami Heat against the Bucks. Like, I like Bam tonight because I think Bam is a really fairly priced pick. He is ADP wise at the end of that tier of like guys that all look the same. So I kind of like that he's the cheapest of that. And I like the spot for him against Milwaukee as well. You know, we're not like paying up for Bam. Bam, you know, never Bam when you gotta get him in a smash spot. But at pick 18, man, I can get myself some Bam here, and I have been. So I like him.
I also think just to I don't know. I was about to say I also think there's no chance of like a lot of overlap with him and Ware, and that's when I like it better. But I guess, you know, if you get some Turner Portis lineups or you get some, you know, Jericho Sims Turner lineups, maybe they can run the bigs along each side each other for some overlap. But I think the Heat are deep enough that they just won't tonight. And it's like Ware is just full backup 5, and those are the spots I like Bam a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, man, like Hero, you could like if you clicked him a few times, I wouldn't hate it. Powell, if you clicked him a few times, I wouldn't hate it. But this team is essentially full tonight, and yeah, it makes it kind of tough to pick a favorite. Like Pelly's healthy. Like this is a full ass Heat team, man. Bam, I think, is the best, you know, has the path of least resistance to putting up fantasy points. But I think, yeah, I don't see an awesome path to ceiling here for really anybody, to be honest.
Yeah, I see a lot of guys who are going to project for 28 fantasy points, and they're going to give you 28 fantasy points, you know? like Wiggins, Powell, Hero, 18 minutes of Jaime. Yeah, Ware is going to give you 16 minutes in backup 5 run off the bench, 18 minutes. Could give you 30. Like I see a band of dudes where like 25 minutes of Hero, 32 of Wiggins, 28 to 32 of Powell, and a lot of that alongside like Davion and Pelle and stuff like that. Like Powell just feels like a buckets only guy in this spot. It just looks like, man, you could pencil all these guys in for 25 to 30 fantasy points, and that's not going to win you a slate. I don't see a lot of like right tail.
No, me neither, man. Not on paper. Like if you want to like guess, be my guest, but I couldn't tell you, you know? So I'm going to take shots at guys who I think have better opportunities to do that.
Right. I mean, I'm trying
because
to like
they're not being drafted, so like, you know, I guess like if you wanted to take shots because of they're going to be 1% owned each, like I get it, but
sure, yeah. It's just Davion being in like cannibalizes a lot too, because we talked about like the Hero thesis early in the season where he wasn't handling at all. Then he came back from the injury stint and Davion was out for a bit, and then he was handling, so the assist rate goes up. And it's like like Davion doesn't matter for our games, but when he's in there, like he's such a ball hog suck with the assist stuff that like the ball is just not in Norm's hands enough. It's not in Hero's hands enough. It's not in Jaime Jaquez Jr.'s hands off the bench enough for these guys to like truly go nuts.
Exactly. He's like the biggest crux.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good there. I think it's basically only Bam there. And I guess Hero would be my favorite, but I think the minutes are capped off the bench. If he starts tonight, I still think it's only like 28 or something. Other side of the game there, Kevin Porter Jr., he just always feels good, especially in up-tempo games. He just does so much. Ryan Rollins had that monster ceiling game over the weekend there. What was it? On the 20th there. I think it was Friday night slate. Yeah, Friday night slate. Finally had that monster one, aided by 6 stocks there. So, yeah, thoughts of this at all? Can we get to anybody other than these two?
No. But I like these two a lot.
Okay.
I KPJ more than Rollins. I wish Rollins was a little bit cheaper ADP, but I get it. He's coming off a big game, and it's Miami, so people kind of like come off. They
double count.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not playing Rollins all that much tonight, but I am playing a lot of Kevin Porter Jr. Man, KPJ. Yeah, he's been awesome. So definitely gonna play that. Like the assists have just been nuts for him. So hopefully he can keep that up.
Cool. Miles Turner's probably a bridge too far. Bobby, you can't play with anybody else out. Is Ousmane Dieng still getting minutes? He had that big outlier. No, I was just curious if he was still like, obviously he's still in the rotation, but I was just curious. He kind of just took Pete Nance's role, eh?
Yeah, I mean, funny guy. That 150 point, 50 ball, and that was it.
Yeah. And then Cam Thomas is just going to flame throw for 20 minutes off the bench. Not playable on our slate, but just something to keep an eye on going forward. Bulls and Hornets up next here, dude. A 233 here. 8.5 on the road by way of the Hornets there. Revenge game for Kobe White. Kobe White is going to be making his Hornets debut, presumably, here in this one, which means we get the Sexton versus White showdown that everybody is looking forward to. G Leaguers out in this one for the Hornets, which means no PJ Hall. That's because Musa Diabates is back from suspension. There looks like Grant Williams will be back as well. G Leaguers out, Kalkbrenner in, Kobe White available, and then on the Bulls side, no Jaden Ivey in this one, no Yuki, no Mac. Oh, those guys are G Leaguers now. No Simons, no Jalen Smith, no Zach Collins. So maybe there could be a little something, but mainly just going to be talking about what Giddey's minutes look like on the Bulls side there. What are your thoughts on the Bulls to start here, Nez?
It's just Giddey. And it's at 35, it's fine. But you need him to get a ramp up in minutes. And I'm not taking Giddey a lot, man. I've taken him a few times here and there just to mix it in. Otherwise, I'm not taking anybody on this team.
Yeah, I think later on in the season, especially when they throw out like some of the thinner lineups, like we could talk ourselves into like, hey, Colin Sexton's going to play 31 tonight or something if it was a competitive game because, Ivy's out and some of the other handling is out. Like Rob Dillingham's been closing all of a sudden there, plays 24, but like this is just way too thin for a slate this big. Buzelis, like you can't even count on the minutes for Buzelis, and he's probably going to draw. I mean, Bridges will probably get the Giddey assignment when he's out there, but like Bridges on Buzelis sounds like a nightmare for Buzelis there if that matchup occurs. So, dude, I'm not in love with anyone on Chicago tonight. I might just nah wave all of it, even Giddey. Like 28 minutes of Giddey enough to win you a slate? Probably not. Not with 11 games.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Charlotte side here because you get Bridges and Diabates back, and then you get Kalkbrenner in, you get White in, you get Grant Williams. Like this is the fullest iteration of the team in which we have seen. The price tags are nice, let's say, on Bridges and Con in particular. But yeah, I just we talk about the 3-man dilemma of like where it goes on any given night. decent total, favorites, but not crazy blowout favorites. Feels like two of them could get home tonight, but I don't know which two. Which do you like?
Yeah, I mean, I think Melo is pretty pricey because he like literally couldn't miss against Washington.
Mm-hmm.
But like he still plays like 30 minutes and really has been just like a 1 fantasy point per minute guy, more or less, like for the longest. So I'm not really getting too over my skis on Melo.
Okay.
I do like Brandon Miller though. It's been a while since he's had like, a monster game, but I like him tonight, and a little bit of Con as well. But I don't have a ton of Con because he goes every time, and I'd prefer him like, toward the middle of the 6th round, later in the 6th round. But maybe I'll try to reach for him a little bit more. Okay. Because if he's going to play 30 some minutes, that's pretty nice against the Bulls.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like definitely like a spot where you can win with some catch and shoot and that sort of deal. The Con narrative going forward is going to be that rookie of the year stuff if Flag continues to miss games here.
Good point.
Like he might just be flame throwing down the stretch, and they might just try to get that rookie of the year for him. Kind of fun. Yeah. But this team has aspirations of like, being an 8th seed right now. So who knows?
Yeah. I mean, kind of worried about blowout here, but the spread isn't that crazy.
No, it isn't that crazy. It's surprisingly not that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Vladdy's asking to just talk me off Bridges. I'd suggest getting down, not jumping. It's not worth it. That sort of deal here. But let's talk about Miles coming back from the suspension in the last round there. Yeah, do you like Musso or Miles Bridges in the last round today?
Not really.
Okay.
No. Miles Bridges just hasn't really been that good for fantasy this year. So it's really that simple. Like he hasn't been that good, man. I don't talk me onto Bridges. Shit. Like, what do you see? Like, why do you want him?
Yeah.
I think that's a better question.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. Okay, cool. Let's push on then. I guess, we had nothing to say on the Bulls other than the Giddey stuff, right? And we don't really even like that much. Let's push on to the lowest total on the slate here. We get showing the wrong screen. Suns and Celtics, man, a 206.5. That's the ugliest one we've had in a while. Like that's bringing me back to the puke in your mouth days of like those Magic games from like 2 years ago where we were getting these 199s and stuff like this. But this is pretty devross out there. But 5 by way of the Celtics here. No JB this evening. We got that one already. No Devin Booker and no Dylan Brooks on the other side. Grayson Allen has a Q tag as well. No Jordan Goodwin, no Haywood Highsmith, and no Cole Anthony. That was all the Suns stuff. And then the Celtics stuff is obviously just no Tatum and no JB. And then G Leaguer Amari Williams, who was factored into that 5 rotation, but that was before Vooch got there, has a doubtful tag. Yeah, man, I outside of Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, not a ton of people drafting Celtics tonight, and the total reflects that. Just thoughts on this one?
Yeah, another not so fun game, man. For the Celtics, it's just Pritchard and White for me. I'm not doing any Vooch. The minutes just haven't been there for our guy Vucevic, and the total doesn't, beckon that you take him. Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting tricked anymore by Derek White without JB. This isn't anything that I'm flocking to. But like I said, man, I like Peyton Pritchard. So I've got Peyton Pritchard right behind Derek White in my ranks. I'd like to get a lot more of him. I'm pretty light on him right now because I thought there was 50-50 chance JB might play. So I got to make up for lost time on Peyton Pritchard tonight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, respect it. I think in a vacuum, I think I would take Pritchard over White the way things are going right now. Dude, I'm a little intrigued by this Vooch stuff. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm a little intrigued by this Vooch stuff in the last round here. They might just need some secondary scoring tonight. And if Peyton's not that guy giving it to them off the bench, and we think Peyton Pritchard joins the starting lineup, who's to say Vooch can't just come in and do a little cook job off the bench, play 28 minutes, and then close over Kata because things are going good.
All right. Yeah, I can buy that. I mean, it's not the craziest idea in the sixth round.
It's not crazy when you just see like good basketball players who have had rates in the past that are just free on nights like this, right?
Yeah, like, for sure. The usage is there.
Mm-hmm. The total and the projection is not going to tell you to get there. Like it's going to tell you to go to a different game, but I don't know, not crazy.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I like that call actually.
Okay. Kata probably starts, doesn't matter. Shireman probably starts, doesn't matter. Sam Hauser could hit some threes, but that's all he does. He's never made a free throw in his life. All right, let's move on to the Sun side here, dude. Normally, when you take some of the highest usage players off of the floor and some of the best scorers, we want to get to somebody in this game. It was nice to see Jalen Green return to the starting lineup, and he is a bucket, and he did play 36 minutes. Is there any love for Jalen Green tonight, returning to, the Rockets go get his calling his own number form, because nobody else is going to get it tonight, especially if Grayson Allen's out?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Like we said, the total is not going to tell you to get there, and the projection is going to be like, yeah, if you want, you can. But given the state of the Suns team and him ramping up, I like the idea of Jalen Green putting up 20-plus shots tonight and getting you a good score in the fourth round at very, very, very low ownership. I think he's a pretty good play.
Me too. I like it, dude. I like it. Ryan saying the same thing in the chat. Legacy game incoming here. Like, if everybody's going to flock to Onyeka, Evan Mobley, Jarris Walker, Suggs with a Q tag, like if guys are going to be jamming those plays, CJ McCollum, something like that, if guys are going to be jamming those plays to the tune of like 30% in the last round, like just take the 10% Jalen Green and see what happens, man. We've seen right tail from this kid many times. He's a fucking bucket.
Yeah. Especially when there's nobody else in his way, right?
Yeah, 100%. Any love for anybody else? Mark Williams could cook Vooch. Colin Gillespie is going to have a larger handling role and get the assist numbers. Does a little bit of something in all auxiliary categories as well. Any love for anyone else?
No. Okay. I don't think so.
Sounds good. I like this cheeky Jalen scroll, man. It's getting my my trigger fingers going for the slides in the pick'em lobby right now.
Yeah, that's a great way to play it too.
Yeah, like if him and PP trading buckets, or him and Vooch trading buckets with the second unit. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I would like a play from the 206 total. What an idiot. Classic.
I mean, dude, every game we talk about on the slate features like 2 draftable players on like each team, and like everybody else is a gnaw wave. Like for 11 games, it feels more like a 6-gamer.
Yeah, good point. It's very like top heavy opposed to like game environment heavy.
Yeah.
It's like isolated player projection is popping, but not like games.
Right. Yeah, there's not a lot of great games on this slate.
All right, well, let's see if things change with this one, because we finally got a 235 total here. It's the second highest total on the slate there. This is the Blazers at home against the T-Wolves there. T-Wolves are 7-point favorites on the road here. Pulling up the most recent injury report here. Denny Avdia with the lower back stuff, only played 5 minutes last time out. Injured the lower back yet again. Man, feel bad for the guy, dude. One of the best team-friendly deals, and was playing so well and was an all-star this year. I just feel for this back situation because it's ongoing, right?
Yeah, I knew as soon as he heard it, 5 minutes into that game, yeah, he's done. He's done. We're not going to see him for a while.
Yeah. We got no Shaedon Sharpe and no Caleb Love and no Dame Lillard, obviously. So there's a whole bunch of handling gone there. We're seeing Scoot get up to full a little bit, not quite, but we're seeing Scoot, trend in that direction. And you talked about Giroux earlier, so we'll break that one down. And then you got the Wolves on the other side there. Really clean injury report, just out tags on the G Leaguers. And then we have Naz Reid listed available for this evening. So let's talk about the Blazers side, because you did have a glowing review for Drew to start the program there.
Yeah, I'm just a big fan of Drew without Shaedon Sharpe and without Denny Avdia, man. And, he's like available in the 6th round almost every time. I'm not sure what the drafted percentage will end up being. I'm guessing it'll be close to 100%, honestly. But like, hey, man, 6th round pick that I would take as early as like the 4th or 5th. The box scores aren't like, they're not outstanding here, right? But like, different setup, different situations in these games. I'm just a Drew Holiday guy right now, man. Seems like he has all the opportunity in the world to have a good game here. Yeah, pretty big fan, and I like Klingon too, but Drew at price I think is where it's at.
Yeah, I think Klingon would be a soft fade for me tonight. I know he's got that nice box score against Phoenix there, but like these nights where they go with they have other size options here, and Rudy Gobert's on the other side, I think Klingon just stands out to me as a little bit of a soft fade here. Like Klingon can always bring right tail outcome, but when he's 100% owned on an 11-game slate going up against Rudy Gobert, I know the total's like pretty nice here. He'd be kind of like one of those ones where it's like, I'm only taking it if I get a discount. How's he projecting relative to like that tier? Does he belong?
Yeah, like he projects really well.
Okay. Like Claxton or Klingon tonight?
Klingon.
Okay. So it's like pretty easy. Peyton Pritchard or Klingon tonight?
Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, that one's pretty close, right?
Yeah.
What about like BI? Where's BI going? Is he
behind
going
Klingon, and in projection it's pretty close, but yeah.
Okay. Has Scoot come back to full so that we can play him up to the 29 minutes there? Like, could your thesis be applied to Scoot instead of Holiday?
I think you could.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could tonight, especially. Yeah, you definitely could.
Okay. Basically only 2.5 draftable pieces here. Time Lord won't play enough to matter. City did sign a real deal, so he's good to go there. Tamani will play all the minutes, but won't do anything other than defend. And Grant will probably play off the bench tonight, or will he start at the 4? Maybe he starts at the 4, plays 36 minutes, hits a couple corner threes, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I would bet he starts.
Okay. All right, let's go to the Timberwolves side here. Does Naz Reid being ruled in change anything for you? Nez, we have obviously the Evergreen, Julius Randle, and Anthony Edwards with high ADPs, and then you kind of have the Rudy Gobert tier, and then everybody else kind of thing. Thoughts on this team?
Yeah, I'm not. I like Anthony Edwards, but like I said, I've got Maxey over him right now.
Okay.
I like Julius Randle. I like Julius Randle pretty much every slate. I'm not really getting much outside of those two. A little bit of Rudy Gobert, but I'm not drafting any like the secondary Wolves guys today. Yeah, it just I like the spot, but I like these guys whenever there's some availability in terms of usage, and I just don't see that happening today.
Yeah, for sure. It's a little bit harder now too, especially with like Io in the mix, and like, Connolly gets a couple minutes mixed in too. Like, he plays 15 mixed in just to like cut in like the Dante, Io, Bones, Mike Connolly, like just kind of like clusterfuck. That's like, this isn't great to deal with. Like Dante's going to be the 5th option when he's out there kind of thing. Like, it's like nothing gets you excited. Like before, when you were missing like bench handling, you could tell yourself a story that like, oh, Jaden McDaniels runs the second unit and he's hot. He's too hot to take off the floor, and he gets a couple stocks. Like, it doesn't really feel like those narratives exist tonight.
No, you don't have to get there, I don't think.
Yeah, good basketball players, but full-fledged like mean projection guys this evening.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Last game on the docket here, dude. We got the Magic and the Lakers there. 230 total, 5 by way of the Lakers here. I venture to guess we are only drafting 3 Lakers this evening, and maybe 3 or 4 of the Magic on the other side, but the injury report will tell me Jackson Hayes is doubtful. So if we care about that, and then more notably on the Magic side, Franz Wagner is listed out. He's going to miss at least another week or two there. I don't even know. Maybe I don't know. That's going to be an interesting debate for like the playoff contest drafts, like how high you can actually take him. And then when you're building out like backstack Magic stuff. And then Jalen Suggs here has a Q tag with a back strain there. So, yeah, I mean, we're not going to get Suggs presumably before tip. So let's talk about the Magic here first, because if Suggs were out this evening, that makes the price tags of Paulo and Bane kind of like worth it, especially given the total of the game. And then it would make Anthony Black like a very nice 6th round asset there. So what are your thoughts on Suggs playing this evening, and who do you like here?
I kind of think Suggs ends up playing.
Okay.
He kind of had like that weird back issue that didn't really get talked about against the Kings. Missed 2 games. Had a day off in between this Lakers game. They were already in LA for the Clippers game.
Okay.
So I think he does end up playing this one. But I'm not drafting him, and I think it's like a little iffy, and obviously throws a wrench into the rest of the Orlando stuff. Like, Paulo's been a pain in our ass forever. Mm-hmm. But I'm taking him. The ceiling is still the ceiling, even if he is like really annoying and not good at basketball for for a team. Yeah. And then like Bane coming off a nice game is like getting a big time like recency bias bump. So I kind of lean like fading that and and scrolling to some Anthony Black here and there.
Okay. Yeah. Respect all the takes there. Seems pretty good. The nights where Desmond Bane is like getting priced up are the nights that I think I'm going to take my foot off the gas on Desmond Bane.
100%. Yeah. Like it seems very much like the right move process wise.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, he had a couple games where the 3 was finally falling and he finally almost eclipsed the ceiling. Now we have to buy into it. Like, okay, I'll just take my swings on like Anthony Black or Q-Tag Suggs in the last round. Any concern that Suggs would be limited if he played, so it's not even worth a pick? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, Anthony Black as like a scroll last rounder. Just as I said, all my mean things about Klingon, he gets a lot better right now with a Q tag on Time Lord. So, if Time Lord doesn't go,
decent little suck out.
Yeah, that is a decent little suck out for his ADP. Is it ever? And they also don't play tomorrow, so I would venture to guess that's a real Q tag on him. Portland plays on the 28th in Charlotte. Oh, and then plays a back-to-back in Atlanta. So they might be doing a little get ahead of it here so that they can sit him in probably the Atlanta game, but they wouldn't have to do that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'll see what the designation actually is in a half second here. Just doing some schedule mapping here and seeing if I can piece together what they're seeing. Right foot soreness. So it's not a injury management tag. So
okay.
All right. That could be noteworthy for the Klingon drafters. On the Lakers side there, Nez, Luka is the 101 question mark?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Jalen would be a fun mix it up option. Sure. But yeah, no, it's Luka.
Yeah, it's Luka. It's a high total. It's at home. Orlando's been really bad on defense for 2 months now. Yeah, and then let's have the conversation about Austin Reeves and LeBron. Austin Reeves returned to full and to the starting lineup there. Was it the Clippers game, I believe? When we were talking about one of the days, then you were quite overweight. Yeah, the Clippers game, and then we got Q tag LeBron, and then LeBron ended up playing through the Q tag there. LeBron box scores, the minutes are similar, but they haven't been as fruitful since the return of Austin Reeves here. Any reason to be excited about LeBron James, or is he just part of that clump of second round tier tonight?
Just part of that clump, man. Like, yeah. I don't see anything here that makes him like the play of that tier.
Sure.
Necessarily. So especially with like, how full they are. So I'm not like in love with the LeBron stuff tonight, but I don't know, man. Maybe the Orlando defense is so bad that LeBron has himself a game at home. But yeah, there's nothing that like makes me want to get overweight LeBron. I like the Reeves ADP though. That's good to me.
Yeah, 27 for him. Like, I don't know how much better play is Desmond Bane than Austin Reeves tonight.
Right.
Probably not. Probably not 7 spots worth.
No, not even close.
Okay, cool. Good flip the board candidate there to just take him in the Desmond Bane spot and like have a unique pairings on the other side of the board, because I imagine he's not a big faller on the other side.
No, I mean, I don't like to take him when I have Luka, and he's like always there for me at the 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Then you get 2 birds, 1 stone on the right-hand side of the board because he's not going to fall back in the 5th round.
Yeah, somebody's going to take him after the Luka drafter passes him up probably.
Yeah. Any love for Ayton tonight?
No.
It's curtains. All right, dude. Dude, I was watching like a LeBron interview the other day. I think he was talking about JB or something, just one of those ones that went viral or whatever. Kobe Buffkin's locker is right beside LeBron. Like, I just found that like pretty funny. I was like, I guess you just put like the young guy to like go learn beside him. But like, I was like, why are you putting like a dude who's like not even in the rotation beside LeBron to be like, maybe he just knows he won't talk to LeBron and like distract him or something?
That's hilarious. I mean, I'm not familiar with like what locker room layouts look like typically, but
sure,
I can venture to guess that guys like Kobe Buffkin don't normally sit next to LeBron James.
Right, that's what I thought, but who knows? Every room's different, right? Like the dynamics of it, like some guys are like talk across guys, some guys are like talk beside guys, like the whole dynamic of the locker room.
Did he just want to like have a locker next to a Kobe for vibes? Like
yeah. Kobe, he's like, yeah, my locker was beside Kobe's. He'll be talking
on
the barbershop HBO show in like 40 years, and he's like, yeah, when I was playing on the Lakers, and my locker was right beside Kobe, and like it was, he'll be like, Braun, man, shut up, bro. All right, Nez, you got to fire one up here for the boys.
That's right. Yeah. All right, let me share the old screen.
Unfortunately, your boy, cannot participate this evening. But I'm gonna take a little look-sees in the Pick'em lobby while you are firing up there as well, because I did like this idea of a little Jalen Green right tail outcome idea. Wow, yeah. 28.5. 20 in real life. Man, you're not even getting like that crazy. For him to score 30, like you're only getting like a 2.58.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's decent, but
yeah. All right. All right, Nez is in the draft here. Firing it up. He tipped the chat off. So you guys should be in there with him. Nezzy takes dog bowl number what for you?
62.
62. Holy smokes, dude.
Getting after it, brother. Getting after it.
Love it, dude. Love it. Yeah. I mean, might be able to catch a little bit of overlay in these later dog bowls, or might have the community trying to play catch up and jamming these things early. Time will tell on how that's going to go.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got Best Ball Viper in here. We got our guy Galin in there. Shout out to the Solver, which Nez is clearly utilizing right there. We got Eggers in there, who's going to take Ryan Rollins in the 3rd round. And I don't know who the other Black Badgers are.
D Brown, J Howe, B3H1. I mean, is that like an element? I'm curious. A compound? Yeah.
It's
some of these names, I'm just very, very curious.
Yeah.
Viper looking for seat number 2, man, with the 101.
Yeah, there you go. He's snowed in. He's got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Like I said, dude, I've been maxi here. Probably just going to do maxi here.
If you want a unique combo that I think is actually positively correlated that nobody else is going to be doing in this contest, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world to do Maxi plus Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to jam Maxey and be like Maxey's the number 3 guy when it's a hedge against Embiid being there because they're like, oh, all the usage. But Maxey's correlation and box scores alongside Embiid, it's been like rising tide lifts all ships, even though the usage rate is slightly down. His production is higher.
That's interesting.
I'm just throwing that out there for the people. It's something I might consider today.
So Embiid was ruled out early against the Hawks, and then he went QQ on the back-to-backs.
Yep.
Q here on an island, 2 games rest after. It would be really annoying. Well, I mean, it'd be annoying if he did play. I only have 6%, 4 shares in the Dog Bowl now, 13% total. It'd be pretty annoying. Like, I'm fading him. It would be annoying if he didn't play. It's like, why do we even do the Q tag?
Yeah.
You know, like what's even the point?
We don't have the decision this time around. Here's this big flat tier that you were talking about. Solver's telling us James Harden is the best of the bunch. I think you're going to be on Zion, no?
I've been doing Zion heavily.
Okay.
A little bit of a fall with Cat. Like, I don't have any Cat, but
I wouldn't even touch Cat today, to be honest. I was about to suggest, our time's running out here, but I was about to suggest you were doing the Zion stuff. I was going to say take a little Kevin Porter Jr. here and see if we can take a Queen share in the last round for the people.
I don't know if I'll do Derek Queen, mate, but I will go Kevin Porter Jr. We'll see who's there in the 6th round. I'll consider Queen, but
all right. Just remember, bro, Neek Clifford last night, 10%.
I know.
Javon Small, 10%.
I had them both.
There you go. I'm just saying. The old projections aren't. Sometimes a little bit of
Michael Porter here.
Yeah, you like Michael Porter Jr. more than LeBron James?
I kind of think so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. He's been playing full. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with both. I think I probably would lean Michael Porter Jr.
Let's do it.
I think if I was building out the hashtag models tonight, they would be very, very similar. They would be like 1 fantasy point apart. And I think the minutes would be about the same. They'd probably be about 34 minutes for either of them. So
yeah, I like that Michael Porter's been playing full minutes. And, we like the matchups against Dallas.
Yeah, I will say that the big right tail outcomes from Michael Porter Jr. did not come. They were earlier in the season when this team wasn't as full. And now that they're like a little more full and they're in their like development age, like you guys think I'm kidding about this Nolan Traore stuff? Let me just show you guys real quick here. Do that real quick. Traore, 27.2% usage. Michael Porter Jr., 22.3%. Obviously, the fantasy points don't follow. He's a young player. He's whatever. I just think that there is something. Tucker, chill. There is something that is like fundamentally from the coaching side of things to be like, it's develop your players' time. Let me calm this dog down.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see it eventually. Are you going to see it tonight when they're facing another bad team? I hope not, because I've been drafting Michael Porter. But if you do, really wouldn't be that much of a surprise, man. Just really big fan of the spot for him in a vacuum. That him being Michael Porter. I'm going to go Peyton Pritchard, 4th round here. I feel like he should be rising a little bit higher. Like, I would take him over Desmond Bane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to circle back on the Traore thing, I think it was just more about like the cutting into his right tail outcomes. You know what I mean? Like just the usage is like, hey, let the kids play a little bit, and that's coming from the coaching staff.
Yeah, I don't love that, but
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. Brandon Miller, Drew, my guy.
Yeah, I was about to say you got all your boys here, but then I realized we were just staring at your rankings.
Yeah. Well, by ADP, it's like Gobert, Knipple. Let's do Con. I don't have any Con. Let's get my first share.
Sure, yeah. Con versus Miller seems fine. I wouldn't do Rollins plus KPJ.
No.
Dude, I think double scroll's like super viable there for sure. Like I don't
I
see like
know.
big tier breaks. Like if you wanted to do like Queen and Jalen Green and be like the only guy with that double combo, if you wanted to do Anthony Black plus Queen, Anthony Black plus Jalen Green, I'd be looking for 10%ers together there.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like it just doesn't feel like that much of a separation between the guys that get drafted 100% of the time and those guys.
Yeah. Be heavily focused on big time right tail guys and good basketball players.
Man, Matas doesn't even have an ADP.
Buzelis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Minutes been cut ever so slightly, but when you take all that handling off the floor, maybe that's good for Montas tonight.
I mean, no ADP. I'll be one of the only guys with the Matas team like once or twice.
Yeah, he had like 40 something last time out, right?
No, he had like 10, but the time before that he did. He's an every other game guy.
Oh, right. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giddey played 27, but there was garbage at the end. Montas was on pace for like 33, 34. No Jalen Smith tonight, obviously. No Simons, who played off the bench for 12 last time out and then got banged up. Yeah, Trey Jones would probably be like secondary handler. He's not a big scorer. A lot of it will come down to how much usage and time Dillingham soaks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Montas is fine for a scroll.
Yeah, let's do Queen.
Sure. Yeah, Queen or Black seem good here.
Yeah. Fun team. Maxey, Porter Jr., Peyton Pritchard, Con Knipple, Derek Queen. Just a team full of alliterations.
Yeah, people don't talk enough about the Porter Jr. correlation.
They don't. Some might say they don't talk about it at all.
All right,
One
let's
more?
rip one more. Yeah.
Okay.
Rip one more, and then we'll call it a program here and be back tomorrow for some hoops and some baseball.
John, how fast, I'll say, do you think Connor Griffin is about to rise after today?
Yeah, 2 home runs. Plus, they were playing the Red Sox too, which gets more eyeballs on it than usual. Yeah, people are going to get frothy, especially for like the rookie profile and whatever. Do you think he breaks camp with the team for sure?
No, not for sure.
Yeah.
This is like what he needed to do, though.
Sure,
in order to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the thing that's like dumb is you look at the team. Like let's you're a neutral observer. You know nothing about the Pirates. You have no idea who's on the team, who isn't.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the team. I mean, there's no doubt Connor Griffin is the best position player on the team.
Right. Sure.
It's not even a debate. Like it's
right.
Oh yeah, the freak kid that's 220, like 6'4", the linebacker that plays shortstop, that's hitting balls like over the little monster. Yeah, I think that guy's the best team player on the team.
Right.
Like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason you don't is you don't think you can fully contend this year, so you go extra year of control by keeping him down 1 extra month. But then you can get that year of control back if he wins Rookie of the Year or makes an All-Star team. So if you think he's good enough to, the worst case scenario is you start him opening day and your team's not as good as you're projecting, and then you burn a year of eligibility and he either underperforms so that he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, or he gets hurt so he doesn't win Rookie of the Year. Like that's kind of like the risk you run by not waiting a month.
Yeah, and then you also have the opportunity to start him. He wins Rookie of the Year, and then you get that extra draft pick, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. No, they gotta start him in the big leagues, but I don't think it's a guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Who'd play shortstop if he's not up?
Nick Gonzalez.
Oh yeah.
Or Triolo. I think Triolo will be at third. Yeah, they got to start him. It's nice that like there's so much attention on Connor Griffin right now that like it puts pressure on him.
Sure.
Especially if he's hitting 2 home runs in a game.
To be fair though, that same attention was on Skeens. Wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think the Skeens one was way more justifiable. We're talking about a pitcher ramping up.
True.
But it didn't stop the shame from pouring in. All right, I'm going to listen to you, brother. Let's take a little Joel Embiid here. Get my 5th share of Joel Embiid. Doing it with Maxi, which a lot of people probably get the ick by. So maybe a little bit of uniqueness. Cover my bases a little bit more. We know you do, Awen. You had a lot of Jaylen Brown at 5 too. Yeah, there's no one could give a shit less about injury tags than you, brother.
He was on it. I'm trying to cook a little something up behind the scenes here. Thinking of some other right tail outcome guys that we were talking about. I liked Jalen Green. I liked Queen. Who else did we like?
I have to look at the names again.
Scoot.
Let's take Julius Randle here, I think. It's been a minute. Well, he had those back-to-back 50 balls and then kind of shit the bed the last 2 games. But
yeah,
against Portland, I still like it.
Yeah, I'd be pretty out on Randle tonight. Tamani treatment.
Yeah.
I think about like the archetype of dude that like Tamani defends best, and it's mid-range elbow Randle type.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't say that about Ant. I didn't bring up the on-ball stuff about Ant today. I know exactly what I say all the time, Eggers. Topped in.
Klingon going way early now. All right.
Yeah, people giving him the bump because of the Time Lord stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, I'll put him in the pick'em for fun here. Looks like we got a 50% NBA boost. Perfect. All right. I made a traditional old school fiver for the people here.
Nice.
I didn't go with the slide mantra as I originally intended.
Just looking at my options here on the clock. Chet is the best pick by ADP.
Reeves is good.
Yeah. I'm going to go Reeves. Like, nobody stands out there. Like, there's no one necessarily that, like, oh, yeah, like run into the podium for this guy or that guy.
Yeah, nobody really stands out through a multitude of these bricks, as you said. That's why I would just be playing all ownership today. And I would just be jamming right tail ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie's asking, how does Onyeka not stand out? We talked about it a little bit, man. It's just he's getting cut into a little bit more. If he doesn't play 31, like because of the rotation of the fives on the other side, like he's getting cut into by Jock Landale. And if Landale gets hot from 3 or whatever, when he gets out there, like you could see how that cuts the other way for sure.
Yeah. If you think Onyeka is a good play, man, I got a place for you to go, and that's the Pick'em lobbies. Like 25.5 PRA for Onyeka right now. Seems like the spot you'd want to be playing if you think Onyeka is a smash tonight.
Yeah, you're cutting out for me right now, but I think we got you.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you guys didn't hear that. But Onyeka stock upside? I guess. Yeah, it's not bad.
You back, Nez? Good.
I think so. I don't know. StreamYard's saying it's picking up my mic.
Yeah, you're like roboing and bouncing all over the place before, and like the screen was lagging. Is anybody else experiencing that? Now you're back.
Yeah. It seemed fine for me.
Okay. Giddy going in the last round there.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Okay, his audio's been fine. Okay, it was just me. Yeah, if he plays 30, yeah, for sure. He's playing against G Leaguers. You're right. There are so many good scrolls, man. This is such a deep slate. I'd start scrolling in the third round, man. There are no projection difference today whatsoever.
I think I'm gonna go Jalen Green.
I like it. Just put him in the pick'em.
Yeah, this one, Maxey, Embiid, Randall, Reeves, Holiday, Green. Just scroll, man. Like, really do think that this is like, I don't know who's the right answer for scrolling, but I know that you should be, like, for sure. A lot of really good plays left. Like, now we're seeing Pajemski go undrafted, Khan. Like, people are doing it. Like, this was a big time scroll room. Like, Awen took Gillespie. I went Green and Holiday. We get a PJ Washington pick. OG for WizK with Claxton.
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to see it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think the band of projection is just, it's so narrow and people treat it as definitive, right? And just be the guy who doesn't and go with it. Yeah, the interesting one there, the Holiday pick when it was kind of cutting in and out. I was going to tell you to take Jarris just because I like the game stack notion that if you play ceiling for Maxey and Embiid, that you on the other side have Jarris playing full. So it's just
that's a good take.
Yeah, I don't know. It goes both ways though. You know, like if they play so well, they get to blow out, and then it doesn't matter. And Jarris only plays 26 minutes, so you know. Half dozen the other, whatever the saying is. Yeah.
A little bit of correlation in exchange for Holiday and Randall too.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Nazi, I built a little, let's see if this works here. It did not. Let me see what's going on. All right. I can reshare here. There we go. Built a little pick'em for the people here to close it all off while you were cooking. And boom. Jose Alvarado over this higher than the 6.5 was popping a little bit, clinging with the Q tag. Green and Vooch were my two potential scroll candidates. And then we talked about Derek Queen with potential right tail outcomes there. So go ahead and make a 25 Xer if you apply the boost in there. There you go.
Did you scroll down on Jose, or did he just get adjusted right after you banged this?
I think he got adjusted. What's he at now?
8.5.
Yep. Got adjusted.
Way to go, John.
Nerfing the games out here, man. Nerfing the games. No me.
Slide it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Vooch scoring narrative off the bench a little bit, even though the total's not high. But all in all, man, good shit indeed. Let's dive on it there, Nezzy. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna have a 6-game NBA slate tomorrow with 2 nationally televised games and a bunch of back-to-backs to talk through. So we'll break that one down for the people tomorrow. And then off and on the clock will be on Thursday. So tomorrow we'll do some hoops, do some baseball. And then we will do hoops yet again for the final Dog Bowl slate on Thursday. Again, shout out to Ryan for joining us there for his birthday on the yacht. I love when a story comes together like that. And yeah, man, best of luck to you this evening. Best of luck to the community this evening. Hopefully some not so sharp but kind of semi-sharp members of the community win this evening, so I can just step all over them in my dog bowl drafting endeavors. I would really like Bound and Eggers to win, because they're complete non-threats for the championship, but it would be nice to have them there. Yeah, that's kind of how. I don't want to see Nez in there.
Oh.
No, I kid. I would love to see you in there, my friend. Best of luck this evening. Any parting words for the people?
I'll see you in the lobbies. I'll be in here all day. These next 2 dog bowl slates, man, I'm going to be emptying the clip, I think. Yeah. So.
And rightfully so, man. You're having a really good year and you're a really strong player. And let's just make it count on one of these 2 slates.
Why not? Why not us? Why not us?
Why not? All right, Nezzy, we'll be back tomorrow. Best of luck to everybody this evening. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell for us, please, and thank you. Appreciate all you guys being members, and appreciate Ryan, who dropped off 5 Badge Bros memberships at the door earlier today. Cool. All right, everybody's favorite time of the show, the end. Peace.